Errol. Good morning.
Hey, man. How are you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm good. No complaints with yourself.
The same exact boat, man, because I love it when you can enter a day and it's like, all right, you know what? It starts off with no complaints. This is going to be a brilliant one today.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're putting in that atmosphere.
Dude, I got to tell you, Skyh, I'm so proud of you for being a part of this new age of BET, because this is about storytelling. This is about, real life things that people, in the past would have never talked about. But boy, we sure do get to talk about it today because you bring some drama to our flat screens.
Drama to say the least, right? Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, but to get into these moments, though, I mean, how do you envision yourself? I mean, is it method acting that we're because when you bring Amp Addiction Anthony to life, you're stepping into a role, but you make it look like that it's a lifestyle.
Well, thank you. And I would say, actually, my fiance would say, I'm pretty much of a method actor. I have a little secret. My prayer, literally right before I start filming, I always ask God to allow circumstances to consume me. So I tell my castmates and my scene partners, I'll see Skyh on the other side. So I really, I'm pretty method.
So in a very creative way, you envision your viewers, like I do with radio listeners and stuff like that. If I know inside my heart that they are there, then that's how I'm going to treat the conversation and or the role, because they're there by choice, and I've got to treat them with respect.
Yeah, right. I mean, honestly, we have such a great viewership and a great fan base. What I really, really try to do, I just live the story, and I really, really, whatever is happening, to be honest, it's real to me in that moment. So I'm always shocked when I even see it, because I consider myself a viewer of the show. So that's how I kind of approach it.
And to create with Tyler Perry, dude, I got to be honest with you. Tyler used to come to Charlotte all the time and bring his plays to the stage at Ovens Auditorium. He wasn't even into movies or TV shows yet. And the way that Tyler would go out there and promote it on the streets to fill those seats, he just knows how to play the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we learn so much from Tyler. First and foremost, thank you to Tyler and Tyler Perry Studios, BT Plus. But yeah, without Tyler, I really don't think the show would be as high intensity as it is, because he definitely knows the audience and he allows us to just explore these characters and bring them to life. So we learn a lot from him just by watching.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder if you could go in and just watch him put these episodes together? Because I would like to see how fast his fingers are moving on that computer board.
I actually do wonder that. I wonder how, I know I have my own method and concentration with Amp, but it's just, I would love to kind of be a fly on the wall to see how just all these ideas come up with each different character and how it's just so vivid and explicit. So I think, he's never short of creative genius. I always say that.
As that creative person, do you find yourself being inspired by things like this? Because it seems like that Tyler would be like a stream thinker. In other words, he allows thoughts and ideas to appear on paper, and it says, "Oh, let's build up on that." And I could see you being the same way.
Thank you. That's one of the best compliments ever, man. Yes, I do consider myself as I'm an artist at heart. I started this whole journey as an artist at 5 years old, and when I really take on any character, and especially with Amp, my whole process is to literally not think at all. And what I do love about being on All the Queen's Men and Tyler the most is that he allows you to bring these characters to life. I never know what Amp is going to do until the cameras are actually rolling. I know the lines, I know the script, but I never know what's going to come out ever. And I like it. I kind of like it like that.
I would love that too, because to me that's spontaneity. That's, instead of sitting there and practicing things over and over and over again, and then they finally say, okay, let's film this. It's like, no, man, I want to live in the moment of now and see what really happens.
Yes, completely. I mean, that is the best feeling ever, when it's like, okay, well, I don't know what this is going to end, but I do know we're going to have a great time.
Wouldn't you like to be on the other side of that flat screen TV in the way that, because Amp is one of those characters where people are talking to their TV. I mean, they'll sit there and they'll just go all out loud right there in their own living rooms.
Yeah, being that we have Twitter and Instagram right now, I don't know what some of them are saying to their TVs because I love our viewers, man. They are so vocal. Yeah.
The show we're talking about is All the Queen's Men, which is on BET. And let's talk about season number 2 because you deal with the reality. Because I worked for a radio station and the promotions every Thursday night, we had to be in one of these clubs because that's where our listeners were. So I understand the mini clubs. It's a day by day thing. To you, is it new to you to go through this kind of a situation?
Not now. Not now. I think that we shoot at such a fast pace. We're shooting, like season 2, we shot in about 3 weeks, 20 episodes. So we're on this amazing, high intense, just self-roller coaster of what's going on, and we don't shoot the show in order. So you're literally coming in there. One scene you may cry, one scene you may laugh, one scene you may. I know season 2 has a lot of issues because of a lot of previous circumstances. So it's the most exhilarating, unpredictable thing to ever do.
How do you keep your emotions under control, though? Because, I mean, to go up and down, up and down, up and down, I mean, that's like losing weight and then gaining weight, losing weight. It's got to play with your head.
Yeah, man, I would say, honestly, if I'm transparent with you this morning, I don't. I've been doing at the end of every workday, I tap back in the sky. I literally don't think about AMP until the next morning I wake up after work. So that's kind of how I do it right now.
Have you had to do some homework? Do you ever go in one of these clubs and see how emotional that stage really is? I mean, it's personal. Back there in that green room, it's personal.
Oh, yeah. I've gone to several, and the good thing about my particular cast is that our show first is authentic, and about half of the cast, the guys, they were actual male exotic dancers in real life prior to All the Queen's Men. So with that authenticity, man, I soaked up every single thing I could to learn the art of male exotic dancing so I could just live as authentic as that is All the Queen's Men.
I'm that weird person that sees exotic dancing as being an act of survival because it doesn't matter how great of a performance you put on that night. If those dollar bills or if that money's not coming in, that's not a good thing.
You're definitely right.
Marilyn Madam DeVille. This woman knows her business. And you know what's fascinating about watching her, it's almost like watching Shark Tank because she knows. Do you learn from a character like this?
Yeah, I mean, the great part is that Eva Marcille, who plays Marilyn DeVille, she, in the story, not Marilyn DeVille is my aunt. So with that being said, I really honed in on her character because I felt that, you know how you have some relatives and you're like, why do we have this same trait? So I really pay attention and learn a lot from her story so I can apply some of those things to my story as well.
What have you learned from this? Because I mean, because first of all, we've talked about the drama and things like this, but it's still to be on that set, and especially when you're doing it in 3 weeks, you're filming it. I mean that to me that's the lifestyle of an independent movie maker.
Oh yeah, several things I've learned. Be prepared. Be prepared, and it's really true when people say success means preparation equals success. So be prepared is one, because like you just said, we're moving like a freight train. And two, honestly, don't think.
Yeah.
Do not think. Just go and feel. And it's so great that I feel that acting as a whole is therapy. It's where you can literally feel your feelings without being exposed. In real life. So just feel. Don't think, feel, and be prepared. To be prepared. That means you've got to be able to trust that instinct the day that it's showtime. Because I mean, a lot of creative people, you know, the perfectionism, it's part of our blood. But the thing is, you've got to be able to, to basically trust what you prepared for. Exactly, because sometimes, some moments, the perfection lies in what you make seem think is an imperfection. You don't treat it like a job. You treat it like an adventure, don't you? Oh man, come on now. I mean, I get to do what I love for a living. I'm having fun out there. I'm having the time of my freaking life.
I could just see you on the set too. My God, I would love to have some of those outtakes to find out how many times you were out there smiling.
Oh, I'm pretty. I just have so much gratitude, man. I feel as a whole, being an actor, a performer, or any type of artist is such a grueling, just like thing. And then you finally get your big break. So why wouldn't you enjoy it? So no, it's not work. It's just, it's the playground.
Yeah.
And you allow yourself to play. You get to be a big kid.
You said my favorite word, gratitude. And I know that's a Tyler Perry word as well, because the secret of life is making sure that you're mindfully in the moment of now and you're grateful for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can be anywhere in the world, and as long as I always say, as long as you are pursuing something and that belief is driving you forward, be thankful that you have something that you actually want to do. Because that's a luxury in itself. To have a goal is an actual luxury, because some people don't have goals. And when you have one, that means you have a purpose. So be thankful that you have that purpose and something to work towards.
Oh, I love where your heart is. Skyh, you got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you, Errol. I had a blast this morning. You kicked my morning off great, man.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Thank you. You too.